All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Errol Spence Jr. and a tweet that he released that I'm telling you, man, is one of the real reasons this guy is one of the special fighters in boxing. Combination of honesty and what I love about the sport of boxing. Man, I hope we get to see him in with either Jerron Ennis, Keith Thurman, or Terence Crawford this year. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, and we are going to talk about one of the best fighters in the world, Errol Spence Jr., and a little bit of an insight into this guy's mentality that he let out yesterday. And I'm telling you, man, if anybody wants to know why certain fighters get a big fan base and other fighters do not get a big fan base, telling you this statement by Errol Spence Jr. should enlighten you as to why he's one of the people that gets one and other people that do not. And other people, man, you better be a real good fighter to be fighting a guy with a mentality like this. Now, before I get, and that includes Terence Crawford, that includes Keith Thurman, and it includes Jerron Boots Ennis. Now, before I get into the details of it, welcome back to the channel, longtime subscribers and supporters. You guys are really the reason this channel keeps going. Thank you so much for your support in the live streams and the super chats. And also, there is a function in the video called Super Thanks, where you can support the channel in the video. You don't just have to go to the live streams anymore. It's a little heart at the bottom of your screen. Would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. All right, so let's get into this, man. Errol Spence Jr. is the 147-pound champion of the world for the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. There's a lot of talk about who he's going to fight next. Is it going to be Terence Crawford, who is the WBO champion for the undisputed title of the world? And said this, and I'm going to maintain this, that at this point, I really do not care if he fights Terence Crawford or if he fights Keith Thurman or if he fights Jerron Ennis. I very much just want to see him fight this year. Same thing for Terence Crawford, because a lot of what I'm saying about this applies to Terence Crawford too. But I just want to see this guy fight because of the beauty of his boxing matches. They are absolutely positively savage. This guy can box on the back foot. He can box coming forward. The dude is an excellent boxer. You saw that with Mikey Garcia when he fought on the back foot against Mikey Garcia. You saw it in the Danny Garcia fight where he was fighting Danny Garcia and he wasn't all the way up to par. But what you saw in his last fight with your Danis Ugas is exactly what you saw on the come up to fights, all the way up until I think he started slacking in his training because he was getting, by his admission, slacking in his training because the fights were becoming too intermittent. And this is what he says on Twitter. He said, "Nothing like beating the will and the desire to keep fighting out of a person. You see it leaving them round by round," right? So this guy's reflecting on Twitter. It says, again, nothing like beating the will and the desire to keep fighting out of a person. You see it leaving him round by round. Now, I've heard boxers say that they enjoy nothing like a knockout, right? The sensation of knocking a man unconscious, right? I've heard, matter of fact, there's a guy he's a professional fighter, but, well, he has professional fights under his record, but he was a former all-star, I think all-star in the NBA, one of the best colleges player, one of my favorite basketball players ever, Kendall Gill, was like, look, there's nothing to compare knocking out somebody versus dunking on somebody or doing something like that. Knocking somebody out is just really big thrill. Nothing can equal that. But to say nothing like beating somebody into submission Nothing like seeing the lights leave their eyes. That is, I'm telling you, man, that is some real savage talk, man. Most people try to act like it's the gentlemanly sport. It's the scientific sport. This guy right here is just, no, man, he's on straight savage mode. Yeah, I can box. Yeah, I can do this. But what I really love to do is I really love to beat people up. And what a wonderful opportunity to have a job like I have to make millions of dollars beating people up. And I'm telling you, that is why this guy is a popular fighter, man. This is why people tune in to watch his fights and may not tune in to watch other people's fights as readily, because that is a show. And it is what you hear from guys who have like a lot of Mexican fighters. You hear the same type of thought process for them, where they're like, look, we're going to war, and they just are trying to beat the dude up. But to see it mixed with a guy that has an extreme amount of boxing skill and that willingness to do that, man, I love it. And I'm telling you, man, that's why the dude is very popular, and also why he's a definitely trouble for anybody that's going to fight him. And a reason why I've said multiple times, bro, Terence Crawford absolutely positively should get his money to get in the ring with this guy. A lot of people come with me, oh, Fanon, you're so biased for Terence Crawford, against Terence Crawford. No, I am not. I am calling it like I see it. If you want to know why I think the fight is not taking place and has not been signed, I'm going to tell you, Terence Crawford wants more money. That's what it looks like from everything that everybody is saying. Now, is that 100% fact? It may be a fact, but can't verify it because I'm not in the negotiations, right? I'm like every other boxing fan, just out here watching what's going on, right? But what comes out of his mouth is that he wants, for a fight of this magnitude, he wants to get his money. And fighting a guy with that mentality and that skill set, you absolutely positively should get your money, because when you beat the will and desire to keep fighting out of a person and it leaves round by round, that is inflicting a significant amount of damage on somebody where they very well may not be the same fighter again. Now, I'm sure and I'm telling you, it's not just Terence Crawford I'm saying about. I'm also saying that about Jaron Ennis. Make sure that you got all your ducks in a row before you get in there and you are fully confident that you're going to be able to handle what that guy is bringing, because he's not playing around. Now, if you're able to beat him, if you're able to fight him the same way that he's able to fight you, and you've got the grit, the determination, the defense to do it, then what you're looking at is an absolutely great all-time fight. I'm not saying that Errol Spence Jr. is not somebody that can lose to somebody, right? I'm not saying that. There is no fighter out there, I believe, cannot get got, in the immortal words of Marshawn Lynch. I'm not saying Errol can't get got, but I'm going to say he's going to get more than he got, though. With an attitude like that, man, because that is essential. That is not only fundamental skills, that is also just a fundamental approach to systematically breaking somebody down, man. And Terence Crawford deserves to get paid for getting in there with somebody like that. That is pure animal right there, right? Pure animal. Does nice guy, polite guy and all that, but man, that mentality is what's up, in my personal opinion, and it's what makes fighting exciting to me. You got other fighters that are there for the sweet science, and like they want to show their skills, show how they can slip punches, all the right, highlight the skills. But there is more to boxing than just skills. It's not everything. Skills may pay the bills, but skills are not everything. You also have to have, an aggression. And I'm getting this, I can't remember the trainer that said this, or otherwise I'll quote him, not making this up myself. There's will, there's determination, there's physical fitness, there's all of those type of things. There's a strategy that you impose in a fight, right? There are things in sports besides skills, and this mentality, man, is definitely one of them. So Terence Crawford, get your money, my partner. Get your money. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.